Gojira Prime with another little video, and on this one I just want to run through some leaked toy lists that came through yesterday in regard to 2026 and 2027 figures to share my thoughts with them. But first, before I do that, I do have a Facebook page, Gojira Prime, where I do post links to any pictures that I take of the figures in my collection, anything else I find of interest. So if you do have the time, please do find the page, hit like, hit subscribe, and do feel free to comment on anything that I do post. So, this leak list, or some of it, which you can find on a few different places, I'm looking at it here on Cybertron.com. This is from JT Prime. He's been doing leaked lists of figures for absolute ages, and he seems to be pretty much spot on with all of them. I think most of the lists he has leaked over the years have proven to pretty much be 100% correct. So we'll run through this list and I'll share my views on what's on them. So, just to start at the top bit here, it says here, no Age of the Primes Titan in 2026. That's because Studio Series is getting its first Titan. Age of the Primes will have 2 commanders instead. Comics is going to be introduced into the Studio Series in 2027. There will be a Leader Hound, Swoop, SLP Prime, Fort Max, Soundwave are super early 2027 listings. So, Studio Series Titan. I have no idea who that could be. Having watched the films numerous times, I cannot think of any character in the films who, off the top of my head while making this video, that could possibly be classed as a Titan. Now, I know we have had the Star Convoy figure, which is a much smaller Titan, so maybe we're getting some kind of a box set or something, maybe with a larger character, but there's no real information on this as of yet, so speculation is the name of the game when it comes to that one. There is also a Studio Series roleplay. Again, make of that what you will. A Leader 86 Blitzwing. So I'm going to guess that's probably going to be a repaint and a tweaking slightly of the more recent Blitzwing figure we've had. I do have that figure. It's actually a very good figure. Yes, I know there is some problems with the plain alternate mode, but it's still a good figure. We're getting a Leader Scourge. Now this is for Transformers 7, so that'll be Rise of the Beast Scourge. Just for context here, I don't collect Bayverse figures, so it's going to be one I'm not going to get. And as I already have the 86, the Blitzwing from the previous line, I have no interest in getting the 86 version either. Then we have a Studio Series Voyager 86 Cyclonus. Now, I already have the Cyclonus figure from Kingdom, and they've also re-released that in the Selects line as well, in more show accurate colors with his Target Master partner. So this will be if this is the same mold, this will be the 3rd version of Cyclonus we've had. Now, obviously, we don't know if it is a repaint or an entirely new figure. I very much doubt it's going to be a whole new figure. So that probably is going to be a repaint. So again, it'll be one that I'll pass on. Even though I do really like Cyclonus, he is my favorite Decepticon. I don't see the point in getting the same mold multiple times for the same character. Then we have a Transformers Studio Series Voyager Optimus Prime from Transformers 4. So that will be Age of Extinction. Then we have a Deluxe 86 Wheeljack. That I might get, possibly. The Wheeljack figure I'm using in my collection at the moment is actually from the Universe line from about 5 or 6 years ago. So I may update him with this Wheeljack depending on how it looks. A Transformers 4 Bumblebee from the Studio Series line. Then we're getting Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Transformers 1 Soundwave. I find it really sad as a Transformers fan. I was really looking forward to seeing Transformers 1. And I went to see the film. I took my daughter. She loved it. I took my girlfriend. She enjoyed it. And she is not a Transformers fan in any way, shape, or form. I have yet to subject her to anything TV show wise for Transformers. But I find it really sad that we're getting toys for Transformers 1 way after the film has come out. Now, that film was a really good film. It bombed at the box office because of the horrible marketing campaign and how Paramount and Hasbro treated it. And the toy line, quite frankly, was utter garbage. So, although it's nice that we are getting figures going forward, I know we're getting a Studio Series Starscream and a Leader 1, and we've had the Megatron, and we've had an Optimus Prime. Now we're getting a Soundwave. So it is nice that we're still getting some figures coming through, but it is such a damn shame they are coming out way too late to make any difference in this movie. Transformers 1 was meant to be the big relaunch of the franchise, and it flopped because of bad management, quite frankly. But there you go. Transformers Studio Series 86 Swoop. That's going to be a re-release because we've already had Swoop. I've got him. Great figure. Now, this is one I'm really, really interested in here. The Studio Series Leader Class Comics Fortress Maximus. Now, why I'm interested in this one is because Fort Max is one of my top 3 Autobots. In the cartoon series, he was the big city former, the Titan class figure. The comic book version of Fortress Maximus was actually much smaller and was more in line in height-wise and scale-wise with Optimus Prime. So this is going to be a leader class figure made to look, I'm hoping it is, by the way, the Generation 1 version and not the IDW version. And he'll turn into a weapons platform or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to having a leader class Fortress Maximus. That will look really, really cool. Then we have a Studio Series Leader Class Comics Soundwave. That could be just potentially a re-release of the more recent Soundwave figure we had, which was the cassette player and the tapes. But he may come in different colors. I think Soundwave appeared purple in some of the comic book versions. So who knows with that one. Then we're getting a Studio Series Transformers 5 Hound. That is going to be that's Age of Extinction. Is it Age of Extinction? No, that'll be the Last Night, sorry. So that's going to be a Last Night version. Then we're getting a Leader Class 86 Optimus Prime SLP, which I think it means Sleeper Mode. So that's basically a dead Prime. Why? I don't understand why they're doing that. And then we're getting a Studio Series Transformers 5 Megatron. Again, that will be the Last Nights version. And then there's this exclusive set, Generation Transformers SS Annie, whatever that means, Leader 86 Megatron. I don't know if that's probably going to be a repaint or something, I imagine, of the upcoming Studio Series 86 Megatron. I don't know what the Annie means. I'll have to do some digging on that one, maybe. And then we have some other 2026 figures, which is going to be a Deluxe Last Night Barricade, Age of Extinction Bumblebee, Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, Leader Nemesis Prime, and the Last Night Megatron. So, if you're a big fan of the Bayverse films, then, you've got a lot of figures coming out to look forward to. Out of this whole list of figures, I'm probably curious about the Titan Series, the Studio Series Titan class figure. Definitely curious to see what they'll come up with that one. I'm gonna have to go through the whole list of movie characters again. I did it before, and I couldn't figure out what one they would go with. And probably the Fortress Maximus. possibly the 86 Cyclonus, depending on how it looks. So there's a few things in there I'm definitely interested in. I'm definitely curious about. But, you know, let me know in the comments section, what from this list, if anything, are you interested in? Or is it all just meaning nothing to you? Do let me know in the comments section, and please do hit that like, hit subscribe, comment, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.